night. We'll see you back here this Saturday night.
On your side, this is News 12 at 11.
A local family who tested positive is saying goodbye to their mother and wife today. She was fighting the infection while pregnant and had to deliver her baby early after complications. She did not survive and didn't make it through the birth of her baby girl. Now the family wants to put a face to the cases we hear about so often. The numbers now go further than 200,000, but it only took the one. And COVID's impact no longer far from Jeff Walters.
I never thought that she was not going to make it. I never thought that we would get to this point. I never thought that I would lose my wife.
Jessica Walters died at AU Health July 25th, only a few days before both her and Jeff tested positive.
Not something I want anybody to have to experience.
Not because of his own diagnosis, but because of the complications that came from hers. Jessica had underlying health issues, sickle cell anemia. She was pregnant, 33 weeks along. The Walters were expecting, but never this. After feeling sick, the mom checked into the hospital. Jeff says doctors called him saying they needed to do an early delivery to help save the two. Just one made it.
I received word that the baby came, and probably about 15 minutes later, I was told my wife was no longer with us.
Although he has COVID, it's come with no signs of medical issues for him. Being asymptomatic, still somehow stirring symptoms of guilt and grief.
I have two little girls that are dependent on me, and I have to raise them now without their mother.
Sometimes the data is deafening, the case totals numbing. This now single dad says it only took a single number, just the one, to meet the pains of the pandemic.
She was wonderful. She was the best wife that anybody could ever ask for. She was a good mother, a perfect mother.
If you'd like to help the Walters family, we have information on how to do that on our website, Wrdw.com. 3 days into the new school year, and already 3 different students in Columbia County have tested positive for COVID. Superintendent Dr. Caraway tells us the cases are at Lakeside and Harlem high schools. Officials have not said what school the third student attends. We're told 2 of the students went to school while waiting for results. Parents at those schools got letters telling them about the positive cases and whether their child needed to quarantine. But at this point, Dr. Caraway says their plans are not changing.
Our commitment is to have schools in a safe, healthy environment. And so our threshold will be when we're no longer able to do that.
For students with symptoms will be recorded daily. Parents of positive students have to complete a form promising to keep their kids at home for 10 days and 24 hours without any symptoms. If your child is exposed, they have to quarantine for 14 days. Mask and social distancing is proving to be a little more difficult for younger students, with studies showing younger kids are also less susceptible to getting infected. How are our schools adapting? Our Celeste Springer went to find out.
After these pictures from North Columbia Elementary School caused a lot of talk on social media, we went to school officials for clarity on masks and social distancing.
For middle school and high school students, face coverings were required. When students were in transition, such as changing classes.
So for now, no masks are required for elementary school students. Over in Aiken County, the board says they'll require students to wear coverings only in common areas, adding they don't expect younger kids like elementary school students to be in those places as much. When it comes to Richmond County, masks are not set to be required at all right now for any grade level, but the board says it's still tweaking final plans before kids hit the ground running next month. A lot of parents think that wearing one of these is just not that easy for kids. We see a mask and they see a slingshot, and they'll probably end up trading these two.
If one has a mask that the other child likes, he's going to leave home in the morning to go to school in an X-Men mask, and he's going to come home in a Batman mask.
Third grade mom Amber Porterfield is conflicted about masks for students.
Well, they want to be near their friends. They don't want to feel like they're hazardous material.
She argues it feels unreasonable to expect kids to wear them for a full day. She says that, coupled with her own health risks, she's decided to homeschool. While she's learning new lessons with her kids, schools argue they're doing the same, trying to master this lesson on social distancing and safety, all while trying to have a successful academic year. 2. Celeste Springer on your side.
Augusta Mayor Hardy Davis started his weekly COVID press briefings again. They're going to start giving out citations. New at 11, a man found shot and killed in Barnwell County. The coroner says 50-year-old Perry Curse was found around 1 o'clock this afternoon on a dirt path near Harris Road. Curse appeared to be shot in the head. His death is now being investigated as a homicide. The aftermath of high winds and rain in Appling today. A tractor trailer tipped over, trees ripped to shreds, and winds going 90 to 95 miles per hour even. Once things calmed though, some community members brought out their chainsaws to help clear the trees out of the road. Our chief meteorologist has been tracking the storm all night. Rough weather for a lot of our area, Riley.
Definitely was here. Incredible damage there in the Appling area.